Hi folks, I have your latest home prices and insights for Vaughan and Richmond Hill for week ending April 14th. My name is Santo Sessa with RE/MAX Premier. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and hit the bell button. This way you're reminded when these videos come up. We have a few things to talk about here, and it's the numbers are really interesting, especially as we're heading into the normal, we're heading into the spring months, and we're kind of expecting home prices to normalize. Now, what I mean by normalize, as we're heading into the spring months, a normal season would be prices going up, average sold prices going up, and they're going up from already being high. So let's take a closer look. And so I have Vaughan behind me here, just detached homes. When we look at sales from the previous weeks, sales jumped up to 82. So we sold 82 detached homes in Vaughan last week. 15 of those sold at $2 million or more, which is close to double what it was the previous month, the previous week, and triple what it was the week before that. So for the last week of March, we only sold 5. Week ending April 14, we've sold 15 detached properties in Vaughan for $2 million or more. And over the last 3 weeks, average sold price has been going up each week. We're now sitting at $1,745,000 for the average detached property in Vaughan. So prices are going up. When we compare to last year, we're not going to. Last year at this time was the first time we really got any glimpse of what a stay-at-home order was, and nobody really knew what to do. So we're not really comparing to last year's average sold price, and you could see kind of what was happening here. However, when we also look at sales, the blue is for last year. You can see sales going right down. But this year, with the 82 that were sold last week, 62% of those sold at list price or more. Now 62 is quite a bit. However, it's less than what we've seen in some of the other weeks. We've got 77% here, 70%, 78%. And some of the other markets we're seeing 80%, 85% being sold at list price or more. So at 62% kind of is a little bit of a calming effect, because normally you're competing in every single you're looking to buy. 62% sold the list price or more, so some people are able to get in and negotiate off the list price. When we look at listings, they're up a little bit from the previous week to 125 new detached listings in Vaughan, and months of inventory came down slightly to 0.9. Now it's only a little bit from where it was before, but you know, it goes up, it goes down. But 0.9 is an aggressive seller's market. Anything below 4 months of inventory is a seller's market. 0.9 is a very aggressive, and sitting, you know, at 0.6 and 1 and 1.1 and 0.9, it's pretty low, and it's continuing to show an increase in average sold prices. But we do expect that at this time of the year in a normal situation, and we've not had a normal situation for a while now. Looking at Richmond Hill, well, sales came down by 1. So we sold 40 detached homes in Richmond Hill last week. And, you know, the last couple of weeks it's sitting just over 40. Last week was 40. This is a little bit unusual. We do expect sales to go up. And the amount of detached homes in Richmond Hill that sold at $2 million or more is 6, which also over the last 3-4 weeks, it's been coming down each week. And normally we would be expecting it to go up. So we're going to keep a close eye on that. Average sold price is sitting very close to 1.8, $1,795,000. Now, you know, I look at this and I think, okay, so it came down by almost 10,000 from the week before, but that week was up almost 10,000 from the week before. And you really look at it over the last month, month and a half, you're kind of sitting around 1.8. When you look at kind of where we were November, December, or we start the beginning of the year, average sold price in Richmond Hill and in Vaughan really has been going up, especially through the course of this year. And I'm talking there just for detached houses. Compared to last year let's not, although at this time last year, the same week, average sold price was shot up. But let's not compare it to last year until we kind of get more past the April month there. Now, of the 40 that were sold, 70% sold at list price or more. Listings are up to 109 listings, and this is where we're seeing a little bit of an issue. Sales in general are going up, and we expect them to go up. We also expect listings to go up, but listings are still being suppressed especially because of the new stay-at-home orders and this whole situation we have in our market with this health crisis, and the fact that it's supply and demand. It's difficult to buy right now. So anyone who's thinking of selling is looking to buy first. That would be a smart move. Anyone who's also, there's lots of people thinking of listings that are just waiting for the health crisis to kind of be a little bit behind us before they put their home on the market. So that's keeping listings down. Even though listings are increasing, it's still keeping them down, and this is putting a strain on the whole balance of supply and demand. Looking at months of inventory, well, we went up to 1.9. Now, we've not seen 1.9 months of inventory in any market for a while now. So 1.9, it's still very much a seller's market, but it just feels high when we've got lots of 1s and 0.9 and 0.5s and 0.6s. 1.9, hey, you know what? It's creeping up a little bit. Maybe we're seeing a little bit of a calming effect, and that helps to kind of explain why average sold price is kind of staying steady, if not maybe coming down a little bit there. Let's look at condos. So we're looking at Vaughan condos here. So sales are sitting up at 20. We sold 20 condos last week in Vaughan, up by 1 from the previous week. And 20 is relatively low to where some of our better weeks that we've had this year so far. Average sold price came down a little bit to $665,000. Now, when we kind of sit back and have a look, and we look from the beginning of the year, we're not going to base any kind of decision on, what's the market doing week to week. We're monitoring it week to week, but when you look at the trend, you can see that average sold price for condos in Vaughan has been going up. So if you've been waiting for the bottom, it's in your rearview mirror. We've passed the bottom when it comes to Vaughan condos. What does the future hold? Hey, well, that's a whole other discussion. But as we start to get more comfortable with the situation we're living in, and as things start to open up, we actually expect prices to go up, not come down. Compared to last year, we're not going to, because of where we were this time last year. But looking at sales, of the 20, 45% sold at list price or more, so half. We're gonna, if that continues, because the previous week we're sitting at 79%, almost 80% sold at list price or more. There was a lot more competition. At 45%, hey, there's some room to negotiate. You see a price, you could look at it, and you could negotiate down. There wasn't much of that going on. Listings are up slightly from the previous week to 39, and months of inventory is up to 1.3 months of inventory. And as months of inventory goes up, that helps to explain why average sold price for this 1 week to the next came down a little bit. Looking at Richmond Hill condos, it's a different story than what's happening in Vaughan. Looking at Richmond Hill, average sold prices, the amount of sales was 17, which is up quite a bit from the previous week. Now, still 17, previous week was 8. We've been averaging around 19 or 20 every single week. There's not a ton of condos being sold in Richmond Hill, so you kind of, take these numbers with a grain of salt. However, when we look at where we were the end of last year, the beginning of this year, average sold price for condos in Richmond Hill is increasing aggressively. And when we look at, we sold 17, and at the beginning of the year we're at 17, 21, so we're not that far off from where we were in sales for most of this week. For most of this year, I should say, average sold price is up from, say, 538 or 570 to now $652,000 was what the average condo sold for in Richmond Hill. So prices are up quite a bit when it comes to condos in Richmond Hill. We're not comparing to last year so much. Of the 17, 82% were sold at list price or more. So 14 out of those 17 were sold at list price or more. Almost all of them, actually. Listings are up, it seems like quite a bit from where we were the previous week, to 41 listings. But there's only 45 active listings out there when it comes to condos. And months of inventory is sitting at 0.6. So it's pretty low. And the fact that they've been at 0.3 and 0.6 really helps to explain the fact that average sold price for condos in Richmond Hill are going up. And a quick summary of these four groups here. So for detached homes, Vaughan sitting at 0.9, and that's down from the week before. Richmond Hill detached is sitting at 1.9, up from the week before. The condos, Vaughan condos, 1.3 months of inventory, which is up, and Richmond Hill condos sitting at 0.6 months of inventory. The market is aggressive out there. If you're looking to buy, you're looking to sell, it's so important you have a strong, strategic realtor working in your corner on your behalf, looking out for your best interest. And the right realtor could make the difference if you're selling, to get that extra $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 for your home. If you're looking to buy, you know, it's not always about getting a deal. It's tougher these days to get a deal. Sometimes it's just about being in a position to buy. And strategy is so important when you're listing or when you're looking to buy. My name is Santo Sessa. If I could help you with anything real estate related, please give me a call. I work with RE/MAX Premier. My number is either on the screen or below. Reach out. I'm happy to help any way I can. Have a great day.